So at the last session we have talked on the human resource management, the human resource planning, and the strategic HRM, right? And we haven't complete our presentation, our topic. Let's see what we have. So we have stopped on the methods of analyzing staff living. Here is given to you 6 kinds of methods. You should be read it at home on yourself, because there is some formulas. You can see how we can analyze the staff living and definition given also. I'm not going to stop on this because this is your homework. And let's continue with analyzing internal movements. We are going to complete our second topic, then we continue with resourcing with a new topic. So here is, to analyze internal movements, we should look at our movement patterns. We use the stocks and flows analysis, which is numbers moving between the position and in and the out of the organization over the some period. That means we analyze how people, the employees, are moving between the position inside the organization. For example, you can move, which means you can change your position from the sales department to marketing department, a different one, or you can just go upstairs. For higher level by career ladder. You are just a senior specialist, and you go to senior manager, for example. This is the movement patterns, which is stocks and flows analysis. And also we do analyze the individual succession analysis. What is it actually? Just a moment. Here is given to you. So originally the process was an informal approach to promotion with a short-term focus on who would be able to replace the people if they left suddenly, so that the distraction and dislocation were minimized. That means we analyze if we have some employee left its position, so we have a free position, right? So we do analyze who will replace his position, who will replace his vacancy. And of course, it would be from we would select a new employee from internal staff of the company. So, and here is given to it that we can analyze the internal moves by the 2 kinds of analysis. First is stocks and flows analysis, and another one individual succession analysis, which means success, how people success in their career ladder. Okay, let's move. Now we are going to move on the forecast HR needs. So before the resourcing, before the recruiting people, we have to forecast on the foreseeable future our HR needs, our human resource needs. That means what kind of people we need in the future. If we are going to grow in the business. So here is given to you that if the supply forecast is less than the demand forecast, the following action can be applied. What that means? The supply forecast, that means if we have less, just a moment. Like if we have more people than we need for, so we can utilize our people using different employees with the higher skills, employing staff with insufficient skills and training them immediately, outsourcing their work. That means we have less people than we need for in the future. We need to train and to recruit new people. we can reduce our staff turnover. That means maybe we can arrange a good salaries and rewards. We can delay retirement. That means people can go for retirement later than, for example, they do as a normal one. We can widen the supply pool by including every nation. What that means? It means when in your country the employees are less than we have for in the future, we can recruit people from outside, from different countries, which is nearest for you. And maybe we can, if we like to manage this problem, we can change the company objectives. Maybe it would be we can reduce our production, let's say, or we can tighten our production. Let's see the next one. So another one is a vice versa situation if the demand forecast is less than the internal supply forecast. The following can be applied. That means we have more bill than we need. Maybe we should consider about calculate the cost of overemployment. That means maybe we should cut the salaries, or consider the method and cost of losing staff or consider about the change in utilization, as given to you about the cost of retraining the redeployment and so on. Or we should consider about whether it's possible for the company to change its objectives. So in the forecasting human resource needs, which means in the forecasting the number of employees needs, we have to analyze how many people and with what kind of skills, knowledge we would require in the future. For example, in the 1 or 2 years later. So this is we do forecasting before we recruit any people. So here is given to you what human resource management plans include. What kind the main important plans that we include in the HRM. This is the first we plan the organization structure. Employee and utilization plans we should have in our organization. We should have the plan about the learning and development, which means what we should think about what kind of trainings, what kind of development we need for our staff, and how we can solve this problem. About the performance management and motivation plans. That means what kind of reward system we can use to reward our staff. Here is also reward plans. Motivation plans also means about how we can motivate our employees to get good performance. And also here is given to is employee relations plans. That means we should have a plan between the employers and employees to manage their relations. And we have some communication plans. That means the plans how we can solve any problem that could be considered of the employees or the employers or between them. Yes, some of you asked me that the reward plans is the part of the motivation plans. First, we should have a motivation plans, how we can motivate our people, how we can stimulate to work to get a good performance. Maybe use the reward system or a different kind of plans and system, like include the salaries. Salaries and reward plans is a different one. And what else? I have some another questions. Some of you asked me employee utilization plan. That means how we can effectively utilize, which means use the people in the organization. How we can get the efficient performance. That means they must They must work as hard as they can. What we should do for this? To prepare them good working conditions, right? To have a good environment in the company, right? To have a special culture of the company. From this, the employee will be loyal to the company, right? To retain them, this is very important also. Okay, if there is no question, we will move. So, and the conclusion based on our HR planning and the human resource management strategy. So, an integrated framework which attempts to cover all aspects of the HR planning. So, first is analyzing the external environment and business strategy. So, before human resource plan, before planning your human resources, you should analyze the external environment and the business strategy. Business strategy, you know, the company's business strategy, right? The external environment means what kind of changes happened in your country, the political, economical, technological, and so on, and how they would impact your company. Next one, we analyze where do we want to be. We forecast our HR requirements. So we should analyze where we do want to be. In which market we would like to move in the international market, we'd like to widen our markets, we'd like to get a more high level of our businesses. So, and for this patterns, we should forecast our HR requirements. That means forecast the human resource needs. And next one, we analyze where are we now, the existing position. We should analyze our position right now. What kind of people, how many people we have first, what kind of people we have, we do analyze right now, or what their professional categories, what their skills and knowledges. And next one, we compare the two and form the plans to bridge the gap. That means we compare the current people, the existing employees, and we compare with the needs employees, the forecast nature needs. That means what we have right now and what we'd like in the future, and compare these two things, two plans, and we have to bridge the gap. That means we should find our solution to run on the forecast, on the futurist requirements, right? So this is all about the HR planning, about the human resource, the strategic HR. So right now we are going to move for a new session, a new topic, sorry. So some of you say that you can't hear me, but as I can see by my microphone level, my volume is all right. So if you cannot hear me, you should manage your microphone first. So next topic is the topic about the resourcing. Resourcing, we are going to study about how we hire and recruit the people. Okay. So topic and structure of the lesson. So today we will study about the resourcing itself, about what is the contracts, who is the contracts and consultants, about the recruitment process, what kind of selection methods we have, about what is staff retention and how we can retain our employees, and ending the contract. The topic would be as a homework reading. So the topic today, the topic resourcing is very huge. We are going to complete as much as we can. If we want to complete whole topic, we would continue on the next session, okay? So, before recruit, which means to hire new people, we should analyze our labor markets. Example, you can be some existing company, or you can be just new open company. And for example, for new company is already, you know, you have some let's say some task, like already you have some capital, you have some production line, you have some plan for production plans or services could be. And next one, you need the people, right? You need the people to work in your company to make what you would like for products or services. So, and we analyze our labor market first. First, we just can't go to hire any people. We should analyze our labor market in our country, in your, for example, in your city. And for the existing, what about for the existing company? If you are planning to grow, you are going to widen your company. Of course, you need new staff. So also you should firstly analyze your labor market. So in the analyzed labor market, we should look at the geographical differences. What that means? That means first we analyze the labor markets. Like most of companies, they hire the people from the local market. That means if you, for example, you are living like in Kabul city, and your company is allocated in the Kabul, that means your office is stated in the Kabul city. Of course, you firstly hire people from the Kabul city. If you don't have a problem with the transportation or provide for the staff living place and so on, you can recruit the people not from Kabul city, nearest cities of the Kabul. What about the outside? We receive international market. If you have some needs to hire the people with the high, let's say, with some talent people with the high skills, special skills, some special qualified professionals, you can also hire the people outside country from the international. Of course, to do that, you should have a plan how these employees would get in your country, get some pass visa, living patterns, and so on. Next one, we analyze the market itself. We have a tight and loose market. We analyze them, let's say, the frame of the market. What does it mean? The tight market is like a market where it's hard to recruit and retain the staff. That means we have very low number of employees with the qualified skills and knowledges. And loose market, this is the market where the situation we have very few problems to find people. The loose market also is market where is very high unemployment. So, and very easy to hire human resources that we need for. So, next one, we should analyze our labor market by the occupational structure. What that means? Let's see. The Mahoney identifies three kinds of occupational structure. The first one, you can. Right now, we are going to define those markets, and maybe you are in one of these three kind of types. You can find yourself in these three types of markets, of labor markets. Labor markets, what is a labor market? The market where is the human resources are seen as assets, right? So first is a craft-oriented. The people are committed over the long term to their profession than the organization. That means people committed, people more loyal to their profession. Like for example, I am a lecturer, and I would like to be a lecturer, like, for example, over my life, but I can't change the organization where I do work. And also, I can change not the organization, the fields of the fields of the companies also. I can work in the different markets. I can work in the universities. I can work in the business companies as a training. So this is a craft-oriented. You are loyal to your profession, like you are accountancy, you are lecturer, you are teacher, you are sales manager. And you are sales manager, you can work everywhere in different companies, in different countries, let's say, and in different kinds of fields. And next one is the organization career. This is people climbing a promotion ladder within an organization. That means this is the people who committed to one kind of organization. They are loyal to organization, to special one organization. And this kind of employees, they can let's say change their profession inside of this organization. They can work in sales department, in market department, in finance department, in different ones. And actually they are seeking a promotion ladder. That means they are seeking to get a high level in that organization, in typical that organization. And next one is the unstructured market. These are people with lower skilled jobs for which little training is necessary. What that means? This is a normal workers people, which is they work in the, for example, in the restaurants like catering. Maybe it could be like retail staff or office cleaners. This is just a simple workers. That means they have a low-skilled jobs. Like they work on the low-skilled, and they want necessary to get some training and development. This is like we call it unstructured labor markets. And based on these three kinds of types, can you find yourself who you are? You are craft-oriented employee, like you are loyal to your profession only, or maybe your organization career. You can change your profession and you are loyal to your organization, company company only, or you're just unstructured. I don't think so that the MBA student, that the lower skilled people. This is we can just reject, right? So most of you are craft-oriented or the organization career. Who you are? Think about it. So any answer, any suggestions? Did you find yourself in this labor market? So because I need your contribution in this session, please. Some of you say both. Of course, maybe it would depend on the situation. For example, it also depends on your wages, right? The salaries, the revenues you can get. For example, I can say that the Japanese employees, most of them are loyal to special organization. They work in one company over their life. They grow in this company, they can change their positions, but they work in one company over their life. They have a special contract where they have a condition that they have to work until they go for retirement. What about the craft-oriented, who is loyal to profession? Those people actually, most of them can move over the country. They are moving, like they live in one country, next one they can move to a different country, but they are very loyal to their profession. They increase their knowledge and skills in that particular profession. Yes, so this is, and I think, in my own opinion, the craft-oriented people, we can find this kind of people in the developed countries, right? Because in developed countries, they are more loyal to their profession because they can get a very good salary, wages, some rewards than in developing countries. But it depends on the country situation also. Today is always changeable, right? As you know. Okay, let's move. So next one, we analyze the labor market by the generational differences. This is very interesting. Look at this. Two sciences as Eisner and Zemke, they identify 4 kinds of groups by their dates of birth. So they say that those sciences say that each group must be treated differently to get success, to be managed successfully. Let's see what these groups are. So we analyze labor market by their groups. First comes veterans and traditionals. So people which is born before and during the Second World War. So the veterans are attracted to workplaces which offer the stability and which value experience. So this is the veterans and traditionals, the people who born before and during the Second World War. So they focus on stability of their work and they value the experience. And veterans, here we say that they're loyal to their employers and they are less likely to look elsewhere. That means they fire very in the few percentage than the younger colleagues. This is maybe like maybe your parents, let's say the veterans, or your older sisters and brothers. Next one is the baby boomers, the people who are born late 1940s and 1950s. So the boomers place a high value on effective employee participations and they do not object to working long hours. That means they work only on the normal hours and they prefer the comfort living. They have a balance between the work, job and their own life, let's say the family. So some of you asked me questions. I didn't understand. What would you like to know about the veterans and traditionals? This is the people who seek stability in the work. They value the experiences. They are loyal to the company. The people who are born before and during the Second World War. This is like people like maybe our parents. Let's say if they are born before the war, or our I think if you're or your oldest and brothers and sisters. And next one, baby boomers, who is born at the 40s and late 50s. This is like my parents. And the next one, Generation X, who born at 60s and 70s, 1960s and 1970s years. So Xers, they enjoy the ambiguity and are easy with insecurity. They require a proper work-life balance. They're strongly resistant to tight control systems and procedures. And actually they are more easily with the new, they work more easily with the new technology than the veterans and boomers. That means they know how to work with the new technology like computers, as besides of the veterans and traditionals. And next one is comes Nexters and Generation Y. This is people who born after 1980s. This is Nexters. They are wholly intolerant of all unfair discrimination. They are being serious-minded and principled, and they are prefer to work for ethical employers. So, based on your date of birth, you can find yourself who you are. Are you veterans? I don't think so. But maybe you are baby boomers, your Generation X, or your your Generation Y. So in which kind of groups you are, you can find yourself. And do you agree with this statement that given in front of each group? Like, for example, baby boomer, they do not agree to work in long hours. They don't like to work long hours. Or Generation X, they require some proper work-life balance. Or you are Nexters, maybe you are like more principled, and you can easily work with the new technology. Okay. Let's see the next one. So, also in the resourcing, we analyze the flexible resourcing choices. We have some flexible resourcing choices. For example, the company, they also divided in three kinds of flexibility, on three kinds of resourcing choices. For example, first is the numerical flexibility. What is this? They allow the organization to respond quickly to the environment in terms of the numbers of people employed. That means that they respond how many the people need in the future to work. They will hire this kind of number of people. Temporal flexibility. They are concerned varying the pattern of hours work in order to respond to business demands and employee needs. That means if they would like to increase the level of the performance, level of the profit, they can provide some additional working hours to their staff, which is paid already, of course, paid already, to get those performed that they need. This is like annual hours contracts, the part-time workers, job sharing, and flexible working hours. And the functional flexibility refers to the process in which employees gain the capacity to undertake a variety of tasks rather than specializing in just one area. What does that mean? This means that the companies, they will recruit the people which is a high skilled, which has a very rich experience, and for example, they can task different kinds of projects. They can work in as in the accounts department. They can work in marketing department, sales department, what else, in the production. They can run a different kind of projects because they are high skilled, they have experience that they need for these tasks, and they have a special knowledge. Yes. Let's see the next one. Okay, here is figure 1, shows you a typology of the career systems. So we have the science field, which is scientists, he provides 4 types of career systems we have in the market. So let's see what is the kind of systems there are. So the Sonnenfeld, who is human resource, the science based on the human resource management, he says most of our organizations, they are different. Some of them seeking to hire a new talented people. Some of them just would like to train and develop their existing staff to get the good performance. Some of them just would like to outsource people, that the easy way for them to solve some working problems, for example. And the companies are seeking of different kind of goals, right? And depends on this, we have 4 career systems, we call it. So first, let's see. So on the horizontal axis, which is shows with the assignment flow, here is given to you like 2 meanings: the group contribution and the individual contribution. What that means? That means what the organizations would like to have to get some people's contribution to the company to get the organization's performance. For example, those organizations, they provide very good training and development programs to their staff, and especially it's individualized by each employee. And next one is a group contribution. It's the companies which is which is prefer the loyalty of the staff, their length of services. They would like to retain their staff. They would like they would like to motivate them to retain, to get very long services. So we have two patterns based on the assignment flow, which is individual and the group. And another axis, which is vertical, the supply flow. What that means? It also depends on the organization. Some organizations, they get internal supply. That means they prefer to find people from the company. If you have, for example, if you have a free position, free vacancy, first you look at your existing staff who can replace, who can get this position vacancy. Maybe if it's by career ladder, who would be as from senior manager get the top manager. So they look at the internal staff, at the existing staff. And the external one, this is companies who prefer to outsource the employees. They outsource from outside, means they prefer to get a new employees not from the company side, or maybe they can give some advertisement and hire a new employment. So, and based on these 2 kind of patterns, which is assignment flow and supply flow, we have 4 kind of career system. First is academy. So the companies which have an academic career system. So the human resource orientation show you that development, that they oriented on the training and development progress. They would like to invest the money to train and develop the existing staff. Okay, and the strategic model, they are more analyzer. Of course, firstly they analyze the existing market, and they would prefer to train and develop them. And next one, for example, is the club career system. So this kind of organization, they are focused to retain the existing staff, to retain them, and they focus on the new skills and the experience of existing staff. And third one is a baseball team. This kind of organization, they oriented on the recruitment of outside. That means they never mind of the existence employees. They are focused on the to hire people with a very high skilled and very good knowledges and very let's say the rich experiences. So they are looking some talented people, some rarity people with high qualified professions. And the fourth is, this is the organizations which is concerned with the survival. And for example, they like depend from the external recruitment. They recruit the people, they hire people from outside of the company. Maybe they have some outsourcing services. The examples like companies like publishing, like retail or hotel sector, and this kind of company, they have a very high rate of staff turnover. Okay, so this is a typology of career system. Do you understand this? That we have in the organization four kind of career system, which can be academy, which is focused on development training programs, the club, which is focused on to retain the people, the baseball team, which is focused to recruit very highly skilled people, and fourth is which is focused to recruit outsource, and just this is like survival company. They are not going to develop, not going to grow in the future. They are not oriented on the development in the foreseeable future, let's say. And I can give you examples like academy career system. This is the companies like which is working like in automobile industry, let's say. Because like in automobile industry, you can see very low staff turnover. That means the employees very loyal to the company, and the company produce special training and development programs to the staff. What is about the club? Club is for example, the clubs is, for example, like could be some government bodies. Maybe you know, in the government departments, like in the government bodies, the people are also loyal to the company, and the government seeking to retain the existing staff. And the baseball teams, this is baseball teams as example. It's like companies, like consultancy companies, some accountancy companies, like advertising. They always are looking for some new creative people with a very high skilled, like some talented people. And the fourth is, as example, this is like retailing people, people who work in the retailing fields, in the hotel sector, or in the publishing. So that was the examples. Okay, some of you explain again the club system. The club system kind of organization, they are focused to retain the existing staff, Examples like government bodies. As you know, they are seeking to retain the people, the existing people. They won't like get a new staff, because, for example, in the government bodies you have some the information, like some special information which you cannot to get risk to lose those information. Who's working in the government bodies, like, you should understand that they have some special contract. They cannot tell about their jobs, what kind of service they can get. They get actually, and what kind of information is available for them. They cannot share with those information. Okay, this is like clubs oriented organizations. Okay, about the explanation on the axis of assignment flow. This is like in individual contribution. That means the the company who seeking to get some contribution from the staff, from individuals, and that means they provide special training and development programs to get good contribution of the individuals, of the staff, to the organization performance. And group contribution, this is the companies which is focused on the loyalty of the employees overall, on the length of their services. Also, they would like to retain the existing staff as much as they can. So that's all about the typology of career systems. Any questions so far about the systems? No question. Yes, thanks. So let's move. Okay, here is given to you some question for discussion. Let's get some practice. Okay. First one, which of the 4 career systems in the Sunfield is the scientist model your organization, and what horses lead you to this conclusion? So you should find your own organization in these 4 career systems. Next one, how does this career systems strategy fit with your organization strategy? And in times of high unemployment, many employees still continue to experience the skill shortage. What steps can employers take to alleviate this situation? So let's get the answer for the first questions. Which of 4 career systems your organization are? So, okay, let's go back. See, we have 4 career systems. Okay, some of you asked me explain about the group contribution. This is the companies which focused on the group contribution. That means they focus on overall the employees of their contribution to the organization. That means they focus on the loyalty. They provide, as example, some reverse or motivational programs to make the existing staff more loyal to the organization, to retain them as much as they can. Like maybe they would like to each employee to work until like retirement, let's say. That means they would like to increase the length of services of their staff. This is a group contribution. But individual is where organizations focus on each employee individually. Like they would like they provide a special training programs individually. For example, you need some MBA courses. Okay, we can arrange it. Another one needs, for example, to get like new knowledge in accountancy. Okay, let's think about these trainings and so on. So, who wants to speak? Who wants to answer for the first question? Which of the four career systems your organization? Can you find your, your career system, your company in these systems, your organizations? Your organization is the academy, which is focused on training and development, or your organization is the baseball team, which is focused to recruit new people with a very high qualified people with high skilled and rich experience. Or maybe your company is a club, just the company seeking to retain the people, the existing people, and focus on the existing people, would like to retain them. Maybe they provide some motivation programs. Or your company is 4 trees, which depends on outsourcing. It's not focused on the training and development programs to provide to their staff. They just the simple way for them to outsource to recruiting new people. That's all. Okay. Anyone who wants to speak? I have 1, 2, 3, 4. Around 15 students. Who wants to speak? Who wants to answer for the questions? Can you find your organization in these 4 types? What is your organization? No, it's not necessary to announce the name of your organizations. You can just tell that my organization is the baseball team because they are focusing to recruit the talented people. They are like, my organization is like advertising, working in the advertising field and so on. Who wants to answer for this question? Okay, I can see Mr. Navid first. Okay, please.
Hello, thanks. Actually, I'm working with an organization. It's like a company. They are running a project, and I'm working in this project. So it's not in development and not in the retention, and also I could not get it very well to understand, but it is between the fortress and the baseball team. So they are recruiting a lot, and actually they are focused in their competitive strategy.
Okay, thank you.
Sorry, I'm at home that day.
That's okay. That's
talk more. My daughter is a little bit
nice. Thanks a lot.
A little bit difficult. Yeah, thank you very much.
Thanks a lot. So Mr. Navid says that his organization maybe more as in the baseball team career system. They focus to retain the qualified staff with the high skilled and with the new knowledge, with the rich knowledge and experiences. Yes. And next one, Mr. Mustafa wants to present his organization. Yes.
Hello, madam. Can you hear my voice?
Yes, I can hear you. Please.
Okay. Good evening to all. First of all, I would like to tell all my classmates happy Eid to you all. Then I would like to tell about our organization that I'm busy and working with them since 3 years. Our organization has the semi-baseball team strategy and 4-3 strategy. It means that sometimes they, for getting a job, they usually recruit a new person a new skilled person, whether training him or her for getting the job. Sometimes they are recruiting the most talented people for getting the job. Hello?
Yes,
Hey,
yes,
hey.
we're here. Thank you.
The CME baseball team strategy and CME 4.3 strategy is running in our organization. I think, yeah. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Mr. Mustafa. So Mr. Mustafa said that his company's the human resource orientation is same as with Mr. Navid, is more oriented on the recruitment with the high-skilled people. So, so that's all. Let's see the next question. That's fine for 2 answers. So this is interesting question. Look at question number 3. In times of high unemployment, many employers still continue to experience the skill shortage. That means they are like facing the low-skilled people. They need high-skilled people, like some professional, very qualified people. And what kind of steps the employers can take to evaluate this situation, to solve this problem? What companies can do to solve these problems? What do you think? And what the steps might the government take? And what government can do to solve the skill shortages? How they can help us? Any answer? Any suggestion about this question? So Mr. Abaidullah wants to present. Yes?
Thanks, I'm Abaidullah. Just my opinion is that if the government or the employer, they themselves hire the people who are unexperienced at the first time, when there is unemployment in quite a high rank, so they can employ the unexperienced or with less skills. Then they can train them during their employment, like on-job training they can give them, so they can help the jobless people also, and can solve their own problems. So they can work on their capacity after they hire these unemployed people who are not much skilled and who have not much experience. So they can give or provide them on trainings after their recruitment, which is my opinion.
Thanks a lot, Mr. Abdullah. So anyone else wants to answer for this question? I can see the Mr. Navid's hand. Did you hand up your, or just as the previous one? Okay. So who wants to answer for this question? I can see some suggestions from the charts. Let's see. Mr. Nasir Ahmad says that the first technique for government is to increase the employment situation. And he says that it will be a motivation for employees to increase their skills. Okay, maybe my answer would help you. Like, first one, what the steps can employees take to solve these problems, the experience skill shortage? The first is provide the training and development programs, right? But how we can provide the training development programs if in our country we are facing like skill shortages? So the solution, we can outsource outside from different countries, from developed countries. We can, for example, we can outsource qualified professionals, and they train our people. Okay, they give the knowledge and skills. They train our people, and then our people, our existing staff, can train the rest of staff in our company. Okay, this is like a first, problem solving. The next one, what the government can do to help for the to help the employees to get the to get a new skills and knowledges. First, let's start from the schools. So to provide a good the study program, right? Maybe some of like in some countries, in some schools, maybe the programs is very old already. It need changed. It need be more oriented on the existing situation. So maybe we should consider first about the study program in the schools. Maybe to provide a new kind of, let's say, the modules we can say, or okay. So, and this is government can do in the schools first. Then they can, for example, maybe they would to provide something programs to the peoples for a very, let's say, low fee, because all the training development programs. For example, if you are not getting inside of your company, and if you are unemployed, of course you have to pay for courses. For example, as you do for MBA course, you pay for it. So the suggestion for government to consider this problem, to open a special, let's say, the schools like. To provide all the trainings to the unemployment peoples based on the low fees. A different kind of, we can suggest different programs for government and for employers. We should think about it, and maybe we have to do something to reduce unemployment in the country, for example. Okay, I have got some some recommendation also. Okay, so that's all. I think okay, that's all for discussion. Let's move to the next one. Let's talk about what is a contract. Who is the contractors and who is the consultant? So contracts of employment. This is the contract which you are working under. So the law makes an important distinction between the two groups, who is employees having access to a wide range of legal rights than non-employees. The non-employees are deemed to be working under a contract for services rather than a contract of service, as in the case of employees. That means we have two kinds of definition: the employees and non-employees. Non-employees, this is like outsourcing, the people who working under contract for services. For example, I am, as a lecturer, I am a non-employee of the company, and I am working under contract for services. I provide my service as lecturing. Rather than a contract of service, this is the employees, like maybe who you are working in the big, big or medium companies. You are working as employees, right? And you have a contract of services, okay? So let's see the differences. In 2007, the main statutory rights that applied to each were those shown in the table. The first one, the employment rights, which apply to all workers, and the employment rights which apply only to employees. So what that means? The first one, the employment rights which apply to the workers, that means to all people who is unemployed and employed already. But the employment rights which apply to employees, this is rights which we apply to existing employees who is working at the moment, okay? Let's see, the employment rights which apply to all workers. So, first, equal pay for equal work. This is stated by government bodies, right? We have equal pay for equal work, for non-discrimination on grounds of sex, race, religious belief, the sexual orientation, age, and disability, right? This is we apply to all people. The right not value unauthorized deduction from pay. Like a company, they cannot deduct some fees from your salaries. We have the stated in the governmental acts. Next one, basic health and safety rights. Basic health and safety rights. This is like in some countries, like in Russia, they provide the governmental insurance for all people in any organization they are working. Next one, the minimum wage. Of course, every country has its minimum wage. It depends on the country's levels and the country's situation, right? The working time regulations. Of course, we have a working time regulation that we work in 8 hours a day, and the normal is 8 hours a day, 5 days in a week, right? The next one is the data protection rights. That means when we provide some information to the company about ourselves, as example, where do we live, about our passports, information, about like when we present some resume, like CVs, this should be protected by the company. They cannot share with the different outside bodies. Yeah, privacy. The time off to care for dependents. Part-time workers regulations. Also, we have some part-time working regulations. Like as example, in Malaysia, students who study in university for diploma, for some level of degree, they can work 4 hours a day only. This is a regulation which is applied to all country, to all people of the country. 4 hours in a day, not more than it. Or maybe I'm wrong, maybe 4 hours in a week. And actually, I don't remember. It's 4 hours in, I think I'm wrong, it's 4 hours. Maybe it's 4 hours in a week. I have to see first. Just let me remind, then I will tell you. Like as example, just given to you as example. And next one, the 9 months maternity leave. This is applied in all the countries. When the women are delivering, they have the maternity leave to care their child, right? Let's see the rights which apply to the employees. First, the right to statement of terms and conditions of employment. That like each company has its special terms and conditions which is would be stated between the employers and employees. Right to an itemized by statement. Pay statement. That means different companies, they provide different salaries, but minimum wage should be Next one, statutory sick pay. Some countries they pay the if you are sick, for example. Some of them they not pay for your let's say for your absence. Time off for public duties. Some time of public duties. Like we have like some public duties. What it can be, the cleanliness. Like in spring times, some countries they have special programs. They should clean their cities, and maybe the companies can provide like let's say can include this kind of duties in the contract. The 9 months maternity pay. Most of companies they pay the maternity pays for women, but it depends on the company itself. Maybe some of them they don't pay. If it depends on how you arrange your employment. The trade union rights, the minimum notice period, that if you would like to get off your job or your company wants to fire you, they must notice you like in some period, like before 1 month or 3 months, depends on the company itself. Next one, fixed term workers regulations. We have some fixed regulations for all workers. Like you should work 9 to 6, have a lunch 1 to 2 o'clock, and so on. Statutory maternity pay. After 6 months of services, some of organizations they pay maternity and some additional maternity pay. As example, I can give you like based on Kazakhstan, where I'm from. My friend says who's get child already, they have maternity leave for it's for 1 year or for 3 years. No, it's for 1 year. Most of them 1 year. And the organization pay maternity payment. It's like, for example, it would be based on the official salary. They pay the official salary for 6 months after they deliver a child, and then during the 1 year they pay some minimum wage every month. So this is, I mean, this is very good. If your salary is around, like some of my friends, they can get the salary like $2,000–3,000 US, let's say example, in the month. And when they have got child, the company paid the salary for 6 months, so it's around 15,000 US they can get as another one, let's say, the benefit from the company. And it, of course, it will help to a young family to buy something to carry their child, as example. And another one, additional maternity leave. Some companies, they can give a leave for 3 years. And another one, unfair dismissal rights. After 1 year's service, unfair dismissal rights, like if you have been already fired, like I also can give you some examples on Kazakhstan companies. Like my sister, she's accountant, also finance and doing accounting, and when she worked in the company, and then she left the company, but based on the company's regulation, she cannot tell about the company's position, the financial position, and any information during the 2-3 years. I think they have some regulation based on this. Yes, I think so. And also, as if you are like accounting, working in some company, when you leave, if you're working with the cash money, also you have the commitment in front of your country during the 2-3 years after you're leaving. Like if the company would find some mistakes in your accounting that maybe let's say that what it can be like not enough money and so on, you didn't get a balance, they didn't get a balance, so you are committed to this company because you have done some job previously. Yeah, this is very, who's working as accountant in the company, their job, their profession is very committed to the company. They have very high, let's say, the commitment to the company and its information, to its inside information. And next one, paternity leave after 1 year services. This is also can be parental leave. Some organization, if like let's say the husband and wife working in one company, like the husband as a father, he can also get some parental leave if he needs. So this depends on the country regulations and the company conditions. Yes, some of you say that is 1 month for that. Some, yeah, but in countries like in my Kazakhstan or Russia, we don't have any paternity leave. I mean, the leave for fathers, but should be actually, because the women cannot care everything. It's very hard. So that's all for the rights for the workers and the employees. Let's move to the next one. Any questions so far based on the rights? Yeah, some of you say that in the Afghanistan maternity leave is for 2 months only, 2 months with a salary. Some say it's the 3 months but without payment. You see, if you have, I got some different answers. How many months in the Afghanistan the women get as a maternity leave? It's because your organizations are different. They provide different conditions. But you should look at the government rights, where they stated the minimum maternity leave and should the company pay for maternity leave or not. First is based on the governmental rights. Okay, let's move to the next one. So actually, the time is late. Okay, let's see about the conditions of the contracts. So, in addition to the statutory rights, which is conferred by the Acts of Parliament, this is said by the UK UK government rights. A range of common law duties are owed by the employees to employees and vice versa, which do not apply in the case. Let's say what kind of rights we have between the employers and employees. First one, which is owed by employees to employees, that what employees have to do, or what the employers, what the companies must do to beside the employees. A general duty of care. Of course, they have to provide very security place to work. Next one, a duty to pay agreed wages. They have to pay your salaries. A duty to provide work. Work itself to provide you some new projects or work, the working process. A duty not to treat employees as in arbitrary or vindictive manner. That means they have to treat you all the same in good manner. A duty to provide support to employees. If you need some support, help them, they have to provide you. And they have a duty to provide safe system of work. Same, if you are working in fabric, you should have safety systems. Everything that you will be safe when you do your work. Next one, which is owed by employees to employers. What you have to do as you are employees, a duty to cooperate with the company, a duty to obey the reasonable, lawful instructions, work under your instructions, okay? A duty to exercise reasonable care and skills. What means? That means you have to develop yourself, develop your knowledge and skills, get some trainings, like to grow with the company. And a duty to act in the good faith. Next one, which is owed by employers to employees and vice versa, to maintain a relationship of mutual trust and confidence. So between you as employee and between the company, you should have a good relationship, the trust and confidence. And owed by the employees to ex-employees, duty of fidelity. Which means loyalty, the devotion. The ex-employees must have some like loyalty to the employees. To give like new employees should get from the ex-employees all the explanation of the process working and so on, all the information he needs for working for job. So this is just given to you what it should be in the contracts. Okay, here is given to you the working patterns. This is a checklist to prepare the contract of employment. First, in the contract, we have a name of employee and the name of employee, of course, the date on which employment began, the job title, your position, the rate of pay, the method of payment, what kind of salary the company pay for you, and how they pay by cash or they transfer to account, the normal hours of work and related conditions, like a meal break, how you should work, like 9 to 6 or 8 to 5, and you have a lunch 1 hour. The arrangement for holidays and holiday pay, like it's very important. If this kind of conditions, as your company have holidays when it's a public holidays or anywhere you should work, and do your company pay for the holidays absence of your absence. Next one, the terms and conditions related to sickness or sick pay, that would company pay for your sickness, for your absence if you are sick, then sick or not, it would be based on your salaries. Next one, terms and conditions of pension arrangements. like the company would deduct the pensions from your salaries automatically, or you would pay your pensions deduction yourself. The length of notice due to and from employer, that means you should have some notice if you would like to leave a company, or if a company wants to fire you, they have notice you before some period. Next one, the disciplinary rules and procedures. This is, of course, you cannot come at the job at late time or so on. The arrangements for handling employee grievances. Which is, you should have some arrangement to handle the complaints if you have. And next one, the conditions of employment relating to the trade union membership. If you have some trade unions, would you like to be a membership of these trade unions or not? And what is the condition of these trade unions? Okay. So, the grievances means complaints, your claims. That, for example, as you are employee, you have some complaints. So, the company must arrange to solve these problems, and it must be stated in your contract. Okay. So, what else? I have some questions. Just let me see. So, okay, so any questions so far? I can see the grievances about, this is the complaints, the claims, the employee's complaints, that he's complained that, for example, the working condition is not so good and company has to arrange it based on the contracts. Okay? So, I think we can finish with this. So some says about the injury. Injury means injury, sick pay, when you are sick, like if you have got some, if you are sick, you absence at work. How can company pay for you for those absence days? They would pay for you at the same rate, or it would be based on they won't pay for those days that you absent for sickness. Some companies also, they pay, if you are sick, they pay for your some hospital needs. They pay for your recovery. It also will be based on the medical insurance. All these, let's see, the patterns, like all these conditions and terms must be agreed, the company with you and you with the company before you are entering the company, before starting to work. First, you have to arrange your contract, because most of us, we are just entering the company. Maybe we don't care about our contract. Let's say you pay, your salary would be like this, and we are agree for the salary, and we are not caring about contract. And then when we have, for example, the woman as maternity leave, so company can say like, okay, you have a contract, you already signed it, you didn't read it, but there is says that you cannot leave, or if you leave, that we won't pay for you some maternity fees. And for sickness also could be at these situations. So all these the terms must be arranged before you have been hiring to the company. This is very important. Yeah, and of course you can argue based on these terms, because most of company, they write their rights, the employment rights and regulation based on their own needs. Like they maybe most of the company, they don't care about the employees, let's say, the needs and wants based on the employees' term conditions, working conditions. Also, as example, I can tell you about public holidays, or okay, about the like holidays, your holidays. Some of companies, they actually based on the government rights, like you have a 1 month in a year as a holiday, your own holidays. Some company says like you can sign contract without any holidays, or with only 2 weeks of holidays after 1 year working. Some company has like let's say the conditions. They provide you 1 month of the holidays in the year, and you can get them any time you want, and you can divide in for 2 or 3 parts. Like you would get the holidays for 2 weeks at the beginning of year, and the another 2 weeks you can get at the end of year, or at the medium of the year. So it depends on the company's conditions, the rights, the terms of the working patterns. Some of companies also, for example, you would sign the contract under which you can get your first holidays after 1 year working, after 1 working year. But another kind of company, they would provide you first your holidays after half year working. Okay, so you can go to your holidays sooner beside of the different companies. So it depends. You see, it depends on the companies, their actually sizes, their levels. So, so we have already time limits. I think this is enough for you for today, because it was we have got a very rich, interesting information. Let's continue the rest of the slides at the next sessions. I think it's already much for you for today to understand everything, to remind it, okay? Well, so what do you think? So we can finish our class for today, and we would continue, start from the slide number 15 with the 6 types of shift patterns, okay? But this slide you have already, so if the better for you if you review it before the sessions, then I can go fastly to describe everything, and we can complete our topic faster than we are actually moving. So my recommendation for you, please, to review this topic, which is HRM resourcing at all. Yes, and if you have some problems based on some questions, so we would get some time on the next sessions. For other wishes you already understand, we just move it and we can leave it, okay? I think this is the best solution for you, because most of things is understandable, some of this maybe it's hard to understand, so I will explain you and give some examples. So that's all. Thank you very much for joining the class. I hope you join, and also would like to say happy Eid Mubarak to all of you, to your families. And see you on the next session.